Given everything that's happened in the world of AI over the past year or so, it's little surprise that here plenty of companies are keen to talk about what they're doing with it in their products. And that's particularly true when it comes to healthcare. Well, one of the first things that many of us do in the morning is look in a mirror. So if you're not wearing numerous health trackers like I do, how about the idea of that mirror being able to tell you how your health is doing? Lindsay, let's have a go. Tell me about the technology first of all.
Absolutely. So this is our newest product. It's our Neura Magic Mirror. And what it does a 30-second video selfie, and we're actually measure over 30 vital signs and risk of disease parameters. So everything from heart rate, breathing, blood pressure, to actual risk of cardiovascular disease, risk of stroke, risk of fatty liver disease, many different parameters. So,
how on earth do you assess all of that from looking at someone with a camera?
Yes, so how it works is we're actually measuring the facial blood flow patterns underneath your skin using reflective light patterns. So we use a process called transdermal optical imaging. And so what happens is, we take a 30-second scan, we analyze your facial blood flow patterns, and then it gets sent up to the cloud for processing. And so we output all these calculations.
Okay, brilliant.
Yeah,
well,
should we try it?
Let's have a go.
Let's try it. Sit still, and it's already begun the scan, so we'll have your results quite shortly.
Make sure you're in the right spot and it'll be done in 30 seconds.
I'm doing well on most of these things, which is great. My risk of heart disease, stroke, all incredibly low. But some of these things, it's hard to imagine how they would even be calculated. When it comes to something like type 2 diabetes risk, how on earth can it assess that?
So in the background, we have a population of about 40,000 patients, where what we've done is, we've taken their demographic info, all their medical history. So this number you see here is the percentage of users with your facial blood flow patterns who are at risk of developing type 2 diabetes.
Great, if it's not going to get you in a panic when things aren't right. And there was one little niggle in my brief experiment.
Whilst the differences are pretty negligible, I've redone the scan a couple of minutes after doing it the first time, and the figures are just slightly different. It tells me I'm 36. Apparently I was 38 a couple of minutes ago. Same face, but I'm happy. Can I go with this one?
Meanwhile,
plenty of wearables being launched here, and many of them are pretty compact too. In fact, there's a whole trend for smart rings, with a few new ones launching. The Aura's been popular for a while, but this is ultra-human. This goes beyond tracking your daily activities and giving you a readiness score, though. It actually acts as one big data platform, bringing in information from blood tests, and also, if you wish, from a continuous glucose monitor. So, for example, you could see how the sugar that you've eaten has affected your night's sleep by having all of that in one place.
much hype about it in tech circles as the company has high hopes. Initially, the blood function will be India only before expanding, and an air quality monitor to also sync the conditions you sleep in is coming.
Here's a bit of a different way of being able to assess your heart rate and how stressed you may be. These are Mind mics. Now, they work as regular earbuds. You can listen to music, talk on them, but they also are listening within your ear, like your ear becomes a speaker to your heart.
It's very buzzy here, but I'm feeling quite zen.
In just a couple of minutes, it's told me my heart rate was 57, my heart rate variability was 51, and apparently I am well in the rest and digest category, not fight or flight.
These devices do also seem to incorporate our mental health too, in particular stress. And I'll have more health-related gadgets next week.
In recent years, the automotive industry has become a bigger part of CES, and this year was no exception. From concept crab cars to electric diggers, via bikes lifted straight out of Tron, vehicles are now big news in Vegas. But it's not just the cars themselves vying for attention. A major theme coming from many of the companies focused on what the marketing speak labels as the in-car experience. It's essentially using tech to make you, the driver, the star of the show. So naturally, one car company brought in a star of their own to demonstrate their latest big idea.
Imagine a car that's creatively bold, Now imagine a song conducted by the road.
Mercedes has teamed up with musician and technologist will.i.am to create Sound Drive.
And your foot on the pedal means it's time to jam.
It takes telemetry and information from a range of sensors, including acceleration, steering, and GPS, to dynamically change specially produced tracks in real time.
How do you simulate gravity pushing down on the engine where you have those subtle oscillations? There's like some subtleties that happen when you go, ooh, you feel that, you hear that, if you pay attention. And because I'm an audio nerd, I pointed that out. And I told him, hey, I think I could solve that. If you give me sensors, I could point those sensors to an audio generation engine, and I could oscillate gravity pushing down on the engine. I could simulate that. And then I said, hey, but I think the future of electric vehicles is more than vroom vroom. If you let me just like go free fly, I think I could come up with something truly transformational. And so they were like, yeah, try it out. I'm like, are you serious?
Naturally, I wanted to give it a go to sample that in-car experience for myself.
This is wild.
It's undoubtedly impressive from a tech and music perspective.
Wow. You can really feel that rise up with the acceleration. So what this system is doing is it's collecting information from all of the sensors in the car, so that's accelerating, braking, steering, and it's using that information to dynamically adapt the music that's playing. It's pretty cool.
But it'll be user and industry take-up that determines whether it goes beyond a very fun gimmick. Elsewhere at the show, autonomous driving and all of the connected industries continue to be a big draw. Luminar create LiDAR products and software for self-driving cars. This year, they were showing off the latest update to their hazard detection capabilities. The system is designed to react faster than a human can, in this case, swerving to avoid a dummy of a small child at a split second's notice. Let's buckle up again then.
Are you belted up on me?
Yes.
Okay, we are ready to proceed. 3, 2, 1, go!
It's effective, if not a touch disconcerting. The company says it won't swerve if doing so would take the car into obstacles or other danger. CES shows that the line between the car and technology industries has blurred to a point where one now barely exists. Like much to be seen here though, how much actually makes it out of Las Vegas